You think if I pay 20 grand, Coach Smart will make me not do jiu-jitsu? he hadn't skipped any meals?
He was well fed. Florida got him on a good diet. How good is it? The hair coming out of that hat.
What? Hold on.
Was I not the leader?
No.
Dude, it was so much fun. We had that place rocking. It was great.
Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk here. Thanks for tuning in again. Obviously, like, subscribe, and comment anything you want to throw out to us that we could potentially get on the show or ask on the show. Another guest joining us for his first appearance on Real Talk, our wide receiver transfer, London Humphreys.
You know that it's usually everybody's first time on Real Talk, right?
I feel like we've had Carson's
Have you
been
had
on
repeats?
multiple.
Hmm?
It's an exciting event. It's an exciting event. So
I've had repeats. Brett hasn't.
like
Okay.
your first
Newbie.
game and stuff like that. Like it's
The
exciting.
adrenaline.
Yeah, to be
Just
coming on Real
nervous
Talk.
walking in.
What was?
But please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit
From
about you for
Nashville.
the
Yeah.
viewers.
Transfer wide receiver from Vanderbilt. Grew up in Nashville, so stuck around my hometown. Was there for just a semester. Decided to come here. It's been a great decision. Loved it so far, getting to know everyone. So
I always forget how young you are because I feel like you hear a transfer and you're like, oh, this is like a junior, sophomore maybe, but you never like really think like freshman.
It's a little weird too, yeah.
I got to meet Ben in the time he got to visit a while back. The tight end.
Oh yeah, we sat there and talked to him today. He's cool. Have you met Ben?
Mm-mm.
Guy coming from Stanford.
Oh, okay. I've heard about him. No,
I was like doing the maths, and I was like sixth year.
Yeah,
It's like 24.
He's not
23,
he's not
24.
going fifth year. He's fifth year.
Yeah, I was like 23, 24. Yes,
he went my class.
age.
Yeah,
I was like celebrating. We had someone my age coming in.
I turned 23 in
Us old boys got to stick
22
together.
days.
Yeah.
Will you turn 23?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Y'all are old.
How did you like going to college, like
Yeah.
in your hometown?
I will say, like, I liked Vanderbilt as a school overall. My dad used to work there. He used to be a track coach there for most of my life, I think 16 years. So I was around that campus. I was familiar with it. It never felt like I even went to college, though, you know, because I was 25 minutes away from home.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. Like, we had a game at Tennessee on Saturday, but Thursday was Thanksgiving, and I gotta go home and do Thanksgiving and whatnot. So that stuff was neat. Most of my extended family's in Nashville too, so I got to see them. But I think there was something neat about like leaving and being somewhere new.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was. I mean, Rome, where I'm from, is like dead in the middle of like where all I would like have wanted to go out of high school. 2 hours from Alabama, 2 hours from Auburn, 2 hours from Tennessee, 2 hours from here, 2 hours from Clemson.
Yeah.
Like it's just really easy, and I feel like 2 hours for me is like enough to be away, but close enough to where like I can go home and like see my family when I want to.
Yeah,
Definitely.
same.
You didn't even have a choice. You just got pimped out to a school.
Yeah, I got loaned. Loan player. Funny enough, someone in my class today, actually, I know she went home for the weekend just being, and I was like, oh, how was home? She's like, yeah, it was good. She's like, what about you? Did you go home? Just like casually.
Do you reckon my accent?
I know her though. That was like, I kind of know her. So she like obviously knew I was Australian and stuff like that. So yeah, she just casually was like, oh yeah, like what about you? And then I didn't really process it.
Was she probably being like dead serious too?
She started, but then it hit her by the time she finished the question. She was like, oh. And then I was like, yeah. All right, see you later.
I should be like, yeah, I really miss my family. Thanks for making me think about them.
Dude, Easter was
crying
awesome
in
by
front of her.
myself. Yeah. But yeah, not only hometown, but getting to go to college in what I believe is one of the best
Coolest cities. I love Nashville.
in
How is that
America.
portrayed?
like
living there versus like
being
the
like
tourist.
I mean,
kind of.
it's definitely grown to like it's more of a touristy destination, and the areas around downtown, like Germantown. There's 12 South. Y'all don't know what that is, but they.
I have friends from Lebanon. Lebanon. Yeah.
That's relatively close, but all the areas around it that are kind of growing are more popular for local people. It kind of seems because downtown is just like.
You live in the dorms for that 6 months.
And in the summer, we had summer dorms and then school year dorms.
Yeah,
kind of strange.
That would have pissed me off.
I don't know how older guys did it, like sophomores or juniors who had to do it because they just had to move their stuff.
Did nobody live off campus?
So, Vandy's like really strange like this. Like seniors or old guys that had like just different situations had gotten off campus because like most people wanted to. It's obviously nice. But Vandy's trying to get every student to live on campus. Like they were building immense. Now they only have like 7,000 undergrad. Graduate students live off, obviously, but that's what they're trying to do. So the football EQ people were or not EQ, but operations were trying to get. Like they can't do much. So like juniors, some seniors like really got kind of struck out there. So summer dorm like was almost walking distance from Broadway. It was like in the very corner of campus.
I remember driving up to see Hayball. I've been up to see him a few times. And it's so weird, like driving, you're just in city, and then all of a sudden it's a building that just looks like a regular thing, and then Hayball's like, yeah, there's the dorms.
Yeah.
Whatever, and like the walk bridge or whatever it is and stuff like that. It's just out of
Were
nowhere.
they nice?
No. Well, okay. There were some cool dorms, like the sophomores who I was friends with on the team. It was called Mayfield. It was this 10-bedroom house that was meant for like people who were doing labs together to live, like semester-long projects and whatnot to live together. But there was too many of them, I think, or something. So football guys would try and jump in on them. So there's like, it was basically like a frat house to a certain extent.
Sounds sick.
You would walk in and it was like some days it was like, God, this place is trash. But then also it was a lot of fun. Now the freshman dorms was called Commons, and that was like rough. These are like old
What dorms did they show you when you went on a visit?
We never walked in a dorm.
Really?
We did, but it was like a juniors single. That was like very organized and whatnot. In the summer I lived with one roommate, and these dorms were bigger in the summer. Moved to what they called Commons. All freshmen every freshman had to live at these certain buildings all in the same area.
How would you say like your transition's been like to here?
It's been good. It's gone in waves. Like showing up, you're just kind of, I didn't know much of anyone. Get to know guys on the team, doing workouts. Nothing crazy. You're not like in the trenches of practice and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just struggling. So you get over that hump, get to know guys, enjoy it, hang out with them. And then there was like a whole nother wave of like the first 2.5 weeks of spring ball.
Playbook.
And you're just like, no matter how much you look in a playbook before actual football, you're just like, what's
Has Coach Smart
going on?
got you on the mic yet?
Oh, yeah. He compared me to Dom last year today, which was, I don't know how to take that because Dom played. But he called Dom soft.
Was that blocking? Was that about blocking, or was that?
Well, I did good on the play too. I think he's just saying it because he saw me running off.
He got Peyton today.
For real?
The ball blew off the tee. Like something incontrollable to anything. He's just like, you're wasting my time.
It's pretty windy.
Yeah,
it was
windy.
Yeah, like Peyton couldn't have done anything, and he got called out for wasting Coach Smart's time.
And then Coach was like, we don't care about the ball. Like, just let's go. He didn't tease it up and, like, launched it almost into his office.
Yeah, actually.
Like, it was so far out of bounds. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that one was funny. I was standing on the sideline.
So, G-Day's coming up this week.
It is.
Or next week.
Next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah.
Well,
interesting. Not a huge fan of G-Day.
Yeah.
But when this comes out, it'll be...
Yeah, this week.
Oh, yeah, this week. G-Day comes out this week.
Yeah.
I'm not a ginormous fan of G-Day.
Is it just like...
Why? Hang on.
It's like drawn out to an extent almost, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just like it's like a Walmart, like a Kmart brand of a game. and it's like you want to get like pumped up for it, and then it's like you get like I've been blocking these same people for so long, and it's like I want to hit somebody else.
Yeah.
Do you think it's different? I feel like for younger guys coming in that haven't played that much or yet at Georgia, there's an excitement. You're playing in the stadium really in front of a big crowd for the first time. Do you think that's a factor for the younger guys where they're maybe more up for it versus a seasoned veteran like y'all that, all right, you've played in some big games, you've played in some small games there, so it's like G-Day's like, all right.
100%. But like then again, I don't want to like take it for granted because you only get like so many opportunities to play in Sanford. So like it's always cool to like play in Sanford.
It's your last G-Day.
Yeah, it's my last G-Day. Yeah. So like of course it's cool. It's like you get past halftime, and you're like, damn, like, I'm ready to get out of here. But
I love it, getting to see the fans again, getting to see everyone turn out and
it's cool. Like I always like playing in front of people.
Yeah, my first one helped, like because I'd never played a game of football.
But it's not like our defense is on the field and they're like going crazy. It's like we could be playing like, ooh, yeah. It's like I don't know.
Do they still do like colleges spring games as hyped up? Like, I feel like 3-4 years ago, like it was on ESPN. Like we were like,
I remember 90. I came on a visit.
They're like on the field with Coach Smart and what was her name? The ESPN.
Laura Rutledge.
No. Yeah, Maria Taylor.
Oh, Maria
She's
Taylor.
like on there, like while like players are going on, like a couple yards back from quarterback while players are going on.
Oh yeah, and he was like,
that
talking
was
about
big
it
a few years ago, but I don't feel like I've seen.
And he like ran off. He was like, hey.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen it as much in the last couple of years. I feel like it was kind of low key, and then it ramped up all of a sudden. And then now it's like kind of
Yeah, I feel that. Are we doing the whole stadium this year?
I heard.
Or is it just half?
They're still under renovation with the south side.
It was a lot cooler when we did the whole stadium. I will say that was sick because it was like it kind of like shows us.
Sold out?
Yeah.
Shout out one of our gala this Saturday. This will come out after the gala, so it's not like I can tell people to buy this. But one of the auction items at our gala is there's no suites open for G-Day except for one. There's one suite that'll be open. I think it's going for like $20,000 or something for. So if you want to be the only people in a suite for G-Day, if you got $20,000 to drop, you can have.
You think if I pay $20,000, Coach Smart will make me not do G-Day?
Just to sit in the suite.
But when we packed out the stadium, it was sick. Like you're like, damn, like all these people are showing up just like to watch us do like a glorified practice. Yeah. It kind of like shows the support we have.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool. But like last year, we filled up half the stadium, which was weird.
It was weird
because like the offense, like our team was like on our home sideline, and all the fans were like across the field. It was really weird.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, the back-to-back renovation years, that definitely comes. Hopefully next year it'll be back to normal.
I want us to.
What are we renovating?
Yeah.
All of the home side, there was press boxes that were like primo seats, like on the 50-yard line. It's like, all right, the press don't need to have phenomenal seats. Like, let's give some high-end donors a chance to spend some more money and give them a good view.
I got you.
Yeah.
I want us to build like stands around the big board. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I know that's a touchy subject with like, because Sanford Stadium would probably lose a little bit of luster with blocking off that because you got the bridge there.
It's pretty, but
sunset's going down. It's pretty awesome.
Sick.
But yeah, you pack in a lot more people. The place the place already gets rowdy, and that's
that place gets
it would
rowdy.
Box the sound in as well. It's kind of a big open tunnel for the sound to exit once it hits.
It gets so loud in there. It's like, oh my Lord, my voice cracked.
You could
hitting puberty. Sorry. Like we're on the sideline, like making adjustments. Our defense is on the field. It's like Coach Searles is trying to talk to us and he can't. So he starts like writing what he wants to say on the whiteboard.
Does he actually?
Yeah, and he's notorious for breaking whiteboards.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, favorite game memory maybe is just seeing the whiteboard.
Yeah,
how does he do it? Is he like a knee snapper or like a throw?
He just like punches it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's out of the blue.
It's out of nowhere. Yeah, he's talking.
Like we're like we can't hear him or something. We're like, what are you saying? He's like, damn it, Bob. Like, great, give him another whiteboard.
It's Muschamp, like just punching the board, like I forgot what he was saying, but he was just like going in.
Do your
just, like,
job.
Punch the board.
Yeah, Muschamp is fiery.
I love Muschamp.
Awesome.
We went to the same high school.
Did you actually?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I said the day I made it was the day that my picture got put up next to his in our locker room. That's what I tell him.
What was the picture I saw on your story? You reposted someone's story of the boots in the locker.
Oh, those are my hunting boots. Yeah, Jordan Hall saw them and decided. Yeah, I was like, come on now, what's going on? I can't be comfortable while hunting. Speaking of comfortable, these are elite.
Why did I randomly see
Brooks?
My sister had a pair on earlier. Like she brought a pair.
The Brooks, they're yeah, you're wearing them. They're so comfortable.
They're amazing.
Good. Used to wear them back in the day. I haven't seen them for ages.
They're great. I love them. I love comfort.
London, besides having an awesome host on your visit, a good-looking Australian host, why else Georgia? Why'd you choose to come here? I could imagine you had a fair few offers.
I mean, yeah. I didn't really know how transferring would work and whatnot. Kind of the latter half of the season, my parents had brought it up. They were like, this probably could be like a viable thing. Like you could look into transferring. And there's so much like gray area that surrounds it and all the rules with it. But it just kind of came. It was a tough process, like telling my coaches, and like I had a good group of guys on the team. Like I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. So like meeting with the coaches was tough, telling them. Once I got through that part and it was all like in the transfer system, however that worked, then it was pretty straightforward. It was just like out of high school texting coaches, came on a visit here. And then once I took the visit here, I was like, I mean, everything seems pretty.
After you torched us.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you run past Coach Schumann or Coach Muschamp and just let him know you got one on him?
Kind of gave him a little nudge every time I see him.
You should probably tell him every single day. I would appreciate you telling Coach Muschamp that.
I ran past your corners. Was that the first drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were sitting on something. We're like, oh shit.
So if you have a catch, run past him and be like, damn, I'm still cutting up your defense a year later.
I hated how y'all's student section was like
Coach
right
Smart,
behind
actually,
us.
yeah.
It wouldn't shut up. I was like,
Yeah, no, they were.
I was like,
I
go
can't
do.
believe that student section actually bothered y'all.
I
That
turned
was, like,
around and I was like, go do your fucking homework. Like
They did. They left at like the second quarter.
Yeah, it didn't help you up 7-0 for a little while. They
Yeah,
hung around a bit longer.
they did. Did y'all see that video from someone took it on y'all's?
I was there. I was sitting
You
under.
had the
I
video,
remember it
yeah.
being said.
Marcus is yelling.
Yeah, he's like, this should be. Well, it is.
Well, it is. And Ra goes. And stares at him like, what?
That was like right before I told them to turn around. I turned around and told them to go do their homework, go study or something.
Tough guy.
That's awesome. Are you one to like yell at fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I'm a shit talker. Like I just am.
That's fun.
like even at practice. Like
Yeah. What about you, Brett? Are you?
No, I enjoy it. I love hearing it. Like
I love it.
Yeah,
I feed off of it so much.
I
I
find it
love
so
it.
funny, but I don't talk back because
I talk back.
Yeah.
What's
not gonna
what's your
win.
favorite like shit talking memory? Whether it's you giving it to
Giving
someone
a
or
fan
someone
base that one.
What's that?
Giving a fan base one of those. I don't remember even what. I think it
What
might
about
have.
to like another player?
Oh,
I definitely know mine.
I'm interested to hear Brett's like from a punter's perspective, like the shit talking scenario.
I heard- I had
we
one-
got put in front of so many student sections, the kicking net, because we're up the end. Obviously, if you're in the middle and close to the sideline, we're up the back and way up the end with our kicking net. So we got Auburn, Tennessee. They stand out for being put right in front. Vandy was the same. We were up the student section end. But the Tennessee one was
we had a girl start twerking for
hilarious.
us.
And thankfully, it wasn't directed at me. Peyton Woodring, they took a disliking to. And to no fault, I think he was warming up or something. They were honouring someone in the middle of the field. And you can clap if you're like aware, but obviously sometimes we're warming up. Sometimes coach is talking. You're not always aware what's going on the field. And Peyton didn't clap at this one time or something. And they saw it. And they just ripped him from then on for the rest of the game. And it was all just homophobic slurs. Like, relentless.
I got called
It
those
was
too.
hilarious.
After I got hurt.
Every single call.
Dude, Tennessee. We got in a fight.
Tennessee
at
fans don't like me.
We got in a fight at Tennessee.
I
Like, it was
remember
a
seeing
full-
that. Yeah.
full brawl.
Vandy getting a fight.
I remember
Well,
that.
it
Tennessee
was like
fans hate
last game of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot of hatred.
me. Yeah.
I was on the field for the play when it happened, and I'm not one to like get in the middle of an all-out
Altercation.
brawl.
Yeah.
So I just stood there like the 50-yard line. Probably one of the coolest moments. Sitting at 100,000
Yeah.
people, just chaos. That's such a loud stadium, and you were just watching a fight go on.
That's cool. Yeah. Nah.
Tennessee
fans are
is-
pretty relentless towards Peyton.
Tennessee
That's probably my
fans
favorite.
hate me.
Dirty Knoxville.
Yeah, it was bad. They were like, I mean, after I got hurt, it was bad. Especially like when we were like on the sideline and I'm like sitting behind the offensive line. Oh my God, they were letting me hear it.
Yeah.
That was
The
bad.
most annoying thing about Tennessee was the speaker.
It's on the field.
That is on the field right behind like where we warm up. I don't
And
even
Dolly
know.
Parton sounded horrible. Horrible.
I was at that game.
So
Really?
apparently though, I have heard her earpiece was not paired with her.
She sounded.
With
I
something,
grew up
with everything
listening to her,
else.
but that was just
So
disappointing.
The poor girl was going solo or free
Do y'all remember
go.
she was like, I promise y'all I know the words.
Yeah.
And then was just like not singing it
Yeah.
at all.
It was so bad. I was so
Yeah,
disappointed.
poor girl.
Could have been so good too.
And she looked.
I think everyone loved it. It was a big
And she
hit.
looks like a. Never mind.
And Peyton walked her out
Peyton,
there.
had to walk her out there. She wasn't moving too fast.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. I'm trying to think.
What else was bad?
During a game, I've
Auburn.
said some shit that I cannot repeat.
Auburn, yeah. Pretty
I
fun.
had
They
one
great
kid
hospitality.
tell me that he's never been scared of another man, especially not a white boy. After I put him on after he made a play like 10 yards down the field on a run play. I was like, yeah, really good. Yeah, you're supposed to be a top defensive lineman. Really good. Yeah, you didn't do shit against us. But besides the point.
I already know I'm gonna love. when I'm
Yeah,
on the
did you
field
get much
with the
at
heat.
Vandy, or did they not bother you? Would they?
I don't talk. Like I don't say much. I kind of just listen and
Oh, I know my favorite trash talk moment actually.
Yeah.
A kid at a certain school south of us came up to me and was like, yeah, so how much film you watch on me? I said, no, I ain't watch shit on you. You're not worth it. And then like walked away. I say like disrespectful stuff. That's what I
going
attack.
at like the soul.
Yeah. I say disrespectful things.
I'm not really in a position to.
I told one kid, I said, your mom and sister and girlfriend are watching me kick your right now.
That's the mom card. Yeah. What do you say, bro? You just hit like a bomb.
I don't
of a
say
pun.
anything because I feel like it could backfire on me very easily.
Yeah.
Obviously, on the special teams, but I don't really say anything. I enjoy hearing it. It's quite funny, and I guess it can sometimes like help motivate you or whatever. But I more just see like the funny side of it.
Me too.
But I'm not really in a position to be like, yeah, I just scored a touchdown. Yeah, I just like dropped someone. I just
Yeah.
can't really do that. So I only
should
got.
start
I've
calling
only
people-
yeah, I've only been another player. I've only heard it once. Someone ran past me, and I heard "you fat" on the field, and I was confused as to who said it, and I didn't know if he was talking to me or someone in the
Chad.
Shield. Yeah, Chad or Jared. And then we get in the meeting room on Monday, and I was talking to Mo.
He's probably talking to Moat.
And Mo's like, oh, that's right. He's like, that dude was funny as So he just stood at the line and just said, fast punter Ives. So he was talking to me that day, which I was unaware, but obviously, yeah, wasn't too impressed with my weight, apparently.
I think
It was a
I
D-
think you look great, even
Dude,
though I
it
called you
was- it
fat
was a-
You
earlier.
look fine.
It was a D
Even though I
lineman.
called him fat earlier.
It was a D lineman as well, like a big,
Big guy.
What team
healthy,
was it?
well-fed D lineman.
Big boned.
He hadn't skipped any meals.
He was well-fed. Florida got
breakfast
him on the
club.
good diet.
The Masters are coming up.
They are. You golf fan?
I am actually get to go day after G Day for the last day.
You already got those contacts.
Walter Blanchard.
Ooh.
Shout out, Walt.
It's on my bucket list. I want to go so bad.
I'm so excited.
That's big
I want
time.
to go so
I've been watching
badly.
so many videos of like the drive in to the like
He goes,
everything.
Dude,
I
I
think the
want to
video-
go so bad.
I think the video will be out, but they made me commentate in a master's voice to highlights of
Can
Georgia.
we hear it?
Yesterday or the day before I filmed it.
All right.
And it's coming out
Pretend
this week.
the ball snapped.
No, I can't do it. It felt
we
so
hear it?
awkward. It's gonna suck.
No, I want to
gonna
hear
be
you
so
like
bad.
It
commentate
was, like, hard to
London
do.
scoring a touchdown.
No, that was it. But it's like with no expression whatsoever.
No,
So
let's
it's
hear
just the same voice. I think I'm busy then. You'll hear. I'm very worried when it comes out. I'm not.
Where is this?
I'm hoping it's very
Yo,
well edited.
where's this
It's with the
coming?
video team. Like
How did they
Georgia
come up with
football.
that idea?
I come up with some crazy
they must
things.
they heard I have a face for TV and
Patrick, who's
needed
your
my
predicted
voice.
winner?
I mean, there's a lot of guys trending good right now. Scotty Scheffler is the obvious pick. He's trending well. Wyndham Clark's been playing probably one of the hottest guys on tour right now and recently. I had someone else. Those are my top two. Brooks Koepka, he came in second. He won a major last year, and he came in second last year in the Masters. So Brooks, even though he's on Live Tour, a lot of people throwing them shade for only playing 3 rounds as opposed to PGA Tour playing 4 rounds. So maybe Brooks in there, maybe Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa,
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Hoping he
Come
makes
back.
it 4
That
days.
That would be crazy.
How insane would that be?
The coolest story.
The internet would literally break if he won the Masters.
So they're doing
I'll
what
do
day
it
is
down
it?
to
This,
Augusta.
that weekend, Saturday or Sunday at 2 p.m.
The
Oh,
they're
yes.
doing a Tiger
Yeah,
Woods
we're
thing.
playing. We're in the scrimmage
when's
round
that?
as well.
When's this Sunday Red
Yeah, it's Saturday.
is dropping?
What's that?
The brand, his new clothing brand, Sunday Red.
I know they made the announcement. I haven't heard of when it's dropping.
Yeah.
But they're doing like a
It's the 19 Masters. Is that the document? Is that what
yeah
we call it?
documentary about 2019 Masters when he
I wish
won.
if I could be good at one sport, it'd be golf.
Yeah, golf or tennis.
Is that one of those things? So it's like we love playing
What?
golf.
Hold on. Did you just say tennis?
It's
Yeah.
such an Australian. Wait, why
I'd
tennis?
say-
I'm curious.
Roger Federer is like probably my all-time favorite athlete, and he's
Tennis is-
I just
he's
lost
probably
respect.
a top 5 earning income in the world. There with LeBron James,
So you
Ronaldo,
just want it for the money.
Messi.
Yeah,
and
so you're just
Tiger,
in it for the
I would
money?
say. No, I think tennis is a gentleman's game. It's a class sport.
It was playing on red clay.
Yep.
That is pretty cool.
And they slide everywhere. It's like,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just think it's like a classy sport.
You guys have been going to some tennis matches recently with the team, right?
They went to one. I didn't get to go last year. I
Really?
went. It was sick. That was so much fun.
yeah.
But yeah, they were
Did
like
you go?
who were we
Yeah,
playing?
yeah.
Kentucky last year. I think it was Kentucky.
That sounds right.
And I'm talking like we didn't know like you had to like be quiet when like there's 3 courts going and like
Yeah.
you had to be quiet when everyone's serving. So like something just happened over here and then like they're serving over there. We're over there like going nuts, like shaking the rail.
Did they not give y'all like a heads up?
No.
They were just like, hey,
Oh,
everyone.
we had that place juiced. I'm talking it was rocking last
Yes.
year. And or was it Florida?
I don't know. I wasn't there last year. I went
was
a couple weeks
Florida.
ago against Arkansas, and the when it started off as singles, there was 3 matches going on. It was the men's team, and then there was like 3 or 4 guys that weren't playing off the side, like team members, but they're like able to watch all 3. I don't know how they can keep track of what's going on in all 3 at the same time. But they were like yelling and like getting in and like jazzing it. They were like cheerleaders, but like glorified. They were getting everyone into it.
We were getting in the other team like players were like turning around and be like they need to tell them to be quiet. We're like yeah.
That's amazing.
And then some kid had a mullet and they were like everybody like on the team was like making fun of him. it was kind of funny.
Were you making fun of him?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome to show up to someone and just be like, "No, smell it." That'd be a person.
Dude, it was so much fun. We had that place rocking. It was great.
That's a fun time.
Who's winning the Final Four?
Straight to it.
Who's in the Final Four?
Yeah.
NC State, Purdue,
Alabama.
and
UConn.
UConn. Alabama and UConn.
UConn's obviously like the favorite. They've won every game by like
They
25.
look good. They look like a good team.
I want
I think I have Purdue in one of my
my
brackets.
heart wants NC State to win it. Just
Dude,
because
that big guy.
I
What's his
love
name?
him.
DJ Burns.
Yeah, DJ Burns. He's great.
I got a lot of good friends that are from Purdue. They went to Purdue. They moved down here from Indiana. So I'm rocking with the Boilermakers.
But I think Purdue's gonna win it. I think
That
Purdue
tall
wins
guy,
it all.
Zach. Didn't he already have his jersey retired while he's still there?
Yeah, Well, I saw a TikTok that said they surprised him with a jersey retirement, but it was just his like senior day. I didn't really piece together the full thing, but I think they have. I did see something about that.
Imagine being there. Like, Tate, imagine during the season they just retire your jersey.
I don't know who I want.
Talk about pressure.
See, I want my jersey retired at my old high school. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just for no reason. I think.
What was your number in your high school?
50. If it was 69, I wouldn't let him retire it. The number's got to live on.
Is anyone wearing it right
So you're
now?
50, and then 51, and then 69.
I don't know.
For your first round draft pick, they'd just about lock it in, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. I like growing up. Like I was always like, I want a number retired somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just think that'd be sick.
Gonna start reaching out to my
high school.
little league coaches. Be like, hey, can we just make
Can
sure
we,
no one wears
like, hey, this little travel ball team y'all got going, make sure no one wears 22.
Yeah, my high school probably won't touch my jersey.
Is it true that you can't?
Did you watch Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, she's a
40?
baller. Yeah.
She's broken like every record.
She's so good at basketball.
It's awesome to watch.
It's like she's blowing up right now, but still, I don't think enough people talk about it.
What she done? The funny thing was like looking at what she's done for that whole team and like
Women's
her teammates,
basketball in general.
I looked at two of her teammates and they both have like 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
So like the business deals they get, they're obviously good as well. But playing with her, that brings them.
Like all respect to like women's sports or whatever, but women's basketball was like almost like irrelevant like 3 years ago. Like nobody's really talking about. Like South Carolina dominated the sport every single year, and it was just like there was like no competition. Now LSU's hot, South Carolina's hot, Iowa's hot. It's just like, or LSU
like
was
USC,
hot.
Yeah.
Do you think NIL, like obviously having good players, standout athletes like Caitlin Clark, and amongst several others, them being good athletes on the court plays a big role in that. But do you think NIL helps that, and that they're getting their name and their face out there in other ways?
I think social media is a huge thing.
Yeah, because that's the thing. NIL deals are all through social media.
Yeah.
So like you see Caitlin Clark getting a deal with Allstate, like that's sick. Like Allstate's posting it. Of course, Allstate's going to get a lot of traction, and like even somebody's like, "Who's Caitlin Clark?" They look her up, like, "Oh shit, she can hoop."
Yeah, that Paige, is it like Buchers or Beckers?
Beckers, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about Paige Beckers because she tore ACL last year, didn't she?
And stuff like that. I forgot her name. The USC girl that's bowling out.
Juju. Oh my God, there's
She's
so
like,
many of them
like
now.
the best freshman.
Yeah, and she's a freshman. The Stanford girl. She's awesome also.
She's like really tall.
Yeah. I think 6'4", 6'5". I was watching.
And two, like,
video
what was
today.
the team that beat Kentucky in men's basketball? Oakland. Yeah.
Maybe yeah.
They had that guy who made like 40 points or whatever off of threes, and then the day after had like two. He was wearing the same clothes, didn't even try to dress up. Two like NIL posts on his Instagram because everyone's looking him up.
Yeah.
Like that stuff.
He's doing them like in the hotel.
Yeah, like in a meeting room.
Yeah, he's got a big head. He had a large
You see
head.
all the comments, he's like an accountant.
It almost
Kentucky.
How good like college basketball if all the girls like stayed at their teams again to have like this March Madness next year like would go off again.
Oh
like
my
I saw.
God.
The
I mean,
stat
why wouldn't they stay in college for as long as they can?
Yeah.
Like they are making more money right now than they would in the WNBA.
Doesn't the WNBA like lose money?
Well, technically the WNBA like all the players should not necessarily every single player, but be better than everyone in college. So the basketball should be better, and there should be. But I guess
it's just like I feel like it's the same with college sports. I feel like there's so much more passion.
Yeah.
In college.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. I know Iowa's still in. UConn.
Iowa, UConn,
South Carolina. And who else?
See, that's the other thing.
South
you add to it,
Carolina,
like
Iowa.
South Carolina.
I think South Carolina wins
NC
it.
State's still in it too.
Oh yeah, NC State is in it.
And both.
I saw some NC
That's
State's
good
like
form.
one of their star players was at South Carolina to start.
What else? What else are you liking about Athens so far, or what does London Humphreys like to do in the off time?
Sorry.
I've actually been fishing a good bit every like Sunday.
Where'd you go?
There's it was just like one little lake in the neighborhood. It's a funny story how like.
Can you show him the photo from last night that Cade Brock? You sent it to Cade. Was it yesterday? You went fishing.
Oh, I didn't. This was a couple weeks ago.
Will Snellings was like crying for about 5 minutes straight when seeing the photo.
At the size of the so.
No, not about you. The way you look in the photo.
Oh yeah. This was the intramural fields, Tate.
Yeah.
There's a lake right there, or whatever you want to call it. And one day, me and Walter actually, we're like, let's go fishing. Let's just give it a shot. We went out there, 2.5 hours. Walt had caught one like somewhere in the middle. Last 15 minutes. We're fishing on like this final bank before we walk back to the truck. And I like hooked up with a 3-pound bass in this like lake that was just like always busy or whatever. So I'm like, what in the world? Like this made my day. Finally I caught a fish. So I wasn't too worried about how I was looking. I was just holding the fish for the picture, and I'd look like a little kid standing there.
How good is it? The hair coming out of that hat rocked me. Yeah. Snellings.
My feet are damn near touching each other.
Dude, Snellings laughed for about 5 minutes last night. He was pissing himself.
I literally look like a 5-year-old.
That is. Sorry for being on my phone. I'm trying to order food.
Of course.
I know.
That's a good bass.
That's hilarious.
What do I
Yeah, I
want?
saw that one last night.
What are you ordering?
What's
DoorDash.
Wait, y'all just saw that? That was literally like 2.5 weeks ago.
London doesn't like conversating with me.
What'd you say?
Because
London doesn't like me. He doesn't talk to me in the locker room.
Coach Coley been like for
He's been
the
cool.
viewers.
It's been really cool. Like the more I've gotten to know him, I
Yeah.
like him as like just a human too. You know, he's a good
Yeah,
guy.
because
Seems-
did Coach McLean, did BMAC recruit you?
Yeah, BMAC recruited me
Yeah.
in like the whole transfer process. It's kind of funny. Like the 3 guys that kind of like were with the receivers to start are all now gone. And now it's Coach Coley and Luch, who are awesome. I love them both.
Yeah.
Luch knows the playbook inside and out and every signal because he was one of the signalers. And then Coley, he's like obviously learning everything. He's trying to find a house, so he's like as scatterbrained as ever. I mean, imagine moving 2 times that quick.
Yeah.
His family, I think, coming
So
from
order
Texas.
Chipotle. Sorry, I just had to order Chipotle.
No, that's good. But like, after I think it was the same thing for him almost. He was like so busy with the first couple weeks of spring ball too, but now things have slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just
That's
getting
why
to talk to him about stuff other than football is good.
Yeah. You obviously had a good recruiting visit here.
It's a good time. Hung out.
I'm 100% on my recruiting.
Who
Helps.
all? You were not my host. Don't act like you were my
though.
host.
I helped though. Was I not the leader?
No.
I definitely.
I don't know where you
Peyton,
went.
Peyton is useless. Peyton was not.
Peyton was a great host. Peyton was my host.
Yeah, but who led the charge? Who led the way?
Peyton.
Brett.
It was.
I hosted.
I got a confession to make. I was at practice like a week ago,
Oh,
and you walked by off to the side, like we're watching like the bulk practice, and you guys moving from like outdoor to indoor or something.
working hard.
And like this guy like comes like makes eye contact with me, the player, pads and everything, and he like looks me right in the eye and he's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Like gives me like this nice big smile. I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" And walks by and Farmer looks at me and then boy, I'm like, I have no idea the that was. Like I have no, and I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that was Peyton. Like because I had never really met him before, but I was here for real talk. I was here for like 20 minutes during the recording, and I felt like the biggest.
I thought you were going to be like it was London or something.
No, it was Peyton. We hadn't met before.
I would do that though. I just say hi. There's so many people. You're like, hey.
Yeah.
Practice running by.
Oh, yeah.
I had my gloves stolen one time.
No,
Practice
recruit.
already.
Yep.
Yeah,
Recruits.
no,
Those
there's-
recruits get after it.
Yeah,
They're
they're
like
not.
crazy. Sorry.
They got nothing to lose. Those guys. I hate walking in the locker room and seeing recruits walk in there after us and try to
Lock your
ask
shit
for
up.
stuff.
They'll
Yeah.
take everything they can.
Yeah. I don't even take my wallet in the building anymore.
Should we go into our segments.
Past week fist pump feature. That's what y'all call it. I guess this past Sunday was Easter. We had our first scrimmage. So my mom, dad, and sister came down. I got to see them for the first time in a while. And then my dad spent the night with me. So Easter morning, we had breakfast together. Just good to see family. I would say that was mine.
I stayed here for Easter. It was kind of did not feel like driving home after that scrimmage, which is not very good of me. But my fist pump is turkey season started. So, and I love turkey hunting. I've gotten hooked on it. So I tell people it's got me about the balls now, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad it's back.
You mean turkey stalking? You don't really hunt them,
You want to bet?
from what I've seen.
You want to put money on it? I
probably-
guarantee you. I'm not gonna say that. I'll jinx myself.
Go on.
There's a
Go
decent chance that I kill one in the morning. Cade said he roosted
How
two.
much?
He said I got two of them cuddled up in the tree next to each other, right where we're gonna sit. So
You're just gonna show up.
How much do you want to bet on it right now?
I'm not gonna bet any money because if I bet money, they'll pitch
Yeah.
down in the field like
No,
100 yards the other way, and then it'll be impossible to kill them.
no, you're right. It would be impossible for you not to kill one tomorrow. You definitely.
I
could
hate
not.
this guy.
That would be impossible. My fist bump for the week, I think, if I remember my other one. But I pulled into class. I had to drive after doing the little radio thing, so I could take the call in my car. And I get out, and the parking meter. I have lost my credit cards when I went down to Tallahassee, so I've been rolling around
Were
for
you too hydrated?
almost 2 months. Yeah, without cards. They have been located, but they were at my friend Alex's house. And I get out, and I have all my coins like ready to put in, and the thing's jammed. So I jammed 2 more in there for good measure, and then go to class, come back, no ticket. So that was
Good.
big time.
Love
That's
that.
actually what I'm doing right now. My car's in a parking meter, and it was jammed when I pulled in.
That's actually
touch wood. You
going
should
towards
be pretty
my-
good from
my
about
trench
6
talk.
p.m.
That's what I was assuming.
onwards.
This is going right into my trench talk. Trench talk's the complete opposite, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
trench
Kinda
talk
tough.
is bad.
Did you
Yeah,
get a
something
ticket?
bad, huh?
Did you get a ticket?
I got booted because I wasn't even like it's not like I was
Yes.
parked in the wrong lot. I just like completely like forgot to go on the app and pay.
Was this at school on campus?
Yeah,
or
it was in the
up
Ramsey
here?
deck. I was
Just like-
pissed. I got Annabelle was like, because she got a text from one of her friends like, hey, like they're ticketing today, like blah blah blah. I was like, Annabelle, like, and then I went to pay as soon as I got that the text. Pay, and I'm like, shit, like Annabelle, like check my Athena. And she checked my Athena, and she was like, yeah, there's a picture of you getting booted on here. But the good thing is the place where you pay to get boots off is right below Ramsey. So I just walked down there and paid it.
Yeah, money's just an object to you. So
Is that like a process, getting a boot off?
No, you just go down there and pay it. It's like $75. Like it's $25 to get the boot off, $50 for the ticket. And then they,
it's not that bad.
yeah, and then like
do
they're
you
like,
have to pay your other tickets? That
I think that's like all it is. It's just $75.
interesting.
So and then they went and took it off. So it was nice.
Yeah. Trench talk. Start us off.
This isn't like the past week, but I have been just very unaware of Georgia pollen.
Oh,
Season?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And it's kind of kicked my butt with practice recently.
That's-
I just have real bad allergies.
Yeah.
And it's bad in Nashville, but I would take like some Zyrtec and do Flonase, and it kind of took care of it. But here it's like my
yeah.
car is coated in pollen.
Yeah, I never had an issue until I moved here. I didn't even know it was a thing. It's like a putter to the face.
A putter?
Yeah.
Strange analogy, but true.
I'd say my trench talk. I was fortunate enough to get to do a little bit of media.
That ties into Brett's what he said his the fist bump was gonna be. All right, finish. Go ahead.
High heels. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get to do a bit of media this week, and the first question was about Tate, and I had to compliment him. So,
What was the first question?
not a good week. Just how's the podcast, and then they're like, "What's Tate like?" Oh,
What was your answer?
Couldn't sit there and throw you under the bus.
yeah, I
Yeah, what
had
was
to
the answer?
compliment you. I didn't have a choice, so that's my trench
What
talk.
was the answer?
If that's your
I don't
trench
wanna-
talk,
yeah.
then pretty decent one.
I don't want to discuss it.
What was your
I'll
answer?
Throw up. It's disgusting. What was my answer?
You love me.
Pretty good.
Probably said like, oh, he's a good guy. He's a sick cunt.
I should have. They would have cracked up, but I don't think I'd be able to do media again.
Is that a bad thing?
I kind of like it because
Do you have
they don't. That's because I don't have to talk about football. I just get to talk.
Do you have a blind draft topic for us?
I had one in the chamber as like a backup, and Jackson said you guys had talked about maybe like first date.
That's what Addie said she was gonna do.
All right, I'm good for. I was thinking maybe like potential NIL deals of like companies you guys be like want to do deals with. That was one that I thought up briefly earlier.
We can do that.
My trench talk was getting old. I turned 32. Back
You don't
in
look a day over
March.
21.
I don't look a day over 21.
No.
I'd give you 20.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm 23, but I just turned 32, and I don't work out. I'm not physical nearly as much as I should be, but I hit balls in the range for 45 minutes yesterday with Carter, right before we did the Dog Leg podcast. I was sore this morning. My back, I'm like, dude, I hit wedges. I didn't hit anything above a pitch and wedge. I was just working on some things with like short game, but like hitting some shots, and I felt it today. I'm like, dude, I hit golf balls for 45 minutes and I felt so. I'm like, geez, this is not
I'm
good
like
sign of
scared of
things to
that
come.
day.
Me too.
It's not
I
fun.
feel like mine's gonna be pretty soon.
Football like just expedites the process.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I feel like it's a fine line where it's like you guys are definitely on the other side of the line where it's you do it so much you're going to get sore quicker because of how much exertion you've put on your body. I'm the other side where it's like I don't do nearly enough, but it's like if you find that line where it's like you keep active enough, then you keep what I have going on at bay and you're not overdoing it.
Yeah.
It's finding that balance, I feel like.
I found it.
Play it.
Please share.
Yeah, just doing the podcast with Tate, getting to know him a little bit better. What have you learned about him and what he's like as a person?
Put it in the speaker.
I guess you guys see it as well. He's himself. He's a funny guy. It's enjoyable. It makes the podcast fun. Like, we kind of sit there and we just talk. Like, we don't really... There's a script of ideas we go over, but there's no set script that we have to talk about. And we just talk, really, and you forget the cameras are there. So that's awesome with Tate. Obviously, he's a great guy. He's funny. You guys see that through the podcast, through the media, anytime you guys talk to him. So, yeah. And then I would say it's more transitioned into the building as well. Like, obviously we kind of see each other and now we like have more jokes to talk about because we're talking on the podcast
Yeah,
and
give
stuff
brother
like
a hug.
that. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I guess we have a good
Give me a hug.
relationship. There's a lot of banter
Don't touch me.
getting thrown around now. So yeah.
I feel like on the pod, people see this and like see you guys like banter all the time. Like you guys have become very good friends and very close, and like it's you guys. I feel like
Would you ever guess that you'd be friends with the redneck with a mullet?
Redneck that wears boots. No, it's funny. Like even today at practice, like you being like 50 yards away and just like turning around.
Turned around and saw Brett. Me and Brett, man, I got a shot of a bird.
Yeah, in case of my practice.
And then I was walking away because we were about to do something, and Brett was like, "Hey," like I was like, "Sorry, Brett, I have to go to practice." Like,
Funny guy. I'm a good bloke for saying that about him.
yeah.
No worries. That should be your fist bump for the week.
it's a brotherly.
That's my new
you're,
fist
you're always
bump.
picking on your brother and stuff, and you're always giving your brother shit, and I feel like it's that kind of relationship that it's you wouldn't be picking on someone or be showing.
Yeah, but
that
if he
type
talks
of
about my
stuff.
sister again, I'm gonna have to kill him.
All right,
That was-
instead of our
was
normal
funny.
blind draft that we usually do.
Thought they were going to cut it.
We might switch it up a little bit today and do you can choose your own. So I'm not giving you things and you don't know what's coming next. You get to choose your own. It's NIL deals. I think we might have touched on this in a couple seasons back
So
in the
top
past.
3.
Yeah, I feel like 5 would be maybe excessive, so top 3. But we'll keep the same kind of thing to where if someone says Apple, like no one else can choose that or whatever
Yeah, I like
company.
that.
So if
Can
whoever,
we'll do one each? Like
Yeah.
one- all right.
so
We'll let you go first.
Start us
Let me go
off.
first.
So we just pick like a
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nashville.
who out of any company in the
Yeah,
world?
start
what
with
would
your
you-
number one.
Who's number one? Who would you love to do an NIL deal with?
goodness. Any company.
Are we saying hypothetically it's the same deal for every like company? Like
What?
like technically if you went, for example,
Yes, I know what you're
like
saying. Yeah.
Dior over Target, like
The same like
let's say they all give us $10,000, whatever, like
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean,
Or like you rep their merch, like you would like to be their ambassador,
Yeah.
or that type of thing.
yeah, like if you chose Delta, it's like free flights for life or something like that.
Okay.
Or whatever kind of makes the most sense.
Cool.
Delta's not going
Yeah.
to give you free flights for life and $1 billion on top of that. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
within
yeah. I more
reason.
mean, is it the perks or is it the money that we'd want the deal with?
You're thinking
Whatever
about
makes
this
the
too
most
much.
sense.
Yeah, this is business.
London?
He's like trying to find like a viable option.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what is it? Obtainable?
Yeah, attainable goals. for the
Attainable
week.
goal.
Did you have one of those?
I got 3 of them, yeah.
did
And
too.
I went a bit hard trying to obtain them on Tuesday, and now I'm hurting still.
Okay. I would say. God, this is tough.
Put him on the spot here.
I've got mine if you want me to go.
Yeah, can you just give me?
My one is Head and Shoulders. I think that'd just be pretty sick. Wouldn't you love to turn the TV on and just see me shaking my hair?
That video, like you in the shower, just like have the blurred screen coming from like
That would be elite.
quad to stomach, just in a
shit.
glass panel shower.
God.
About to fall off this couch. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
They have a funny one in Australia where it's like this dude, like this hippie with dreadlocks. Did you guys have that one over here? It's like this hippie with dreadlocks, and they give him
here?
like Head and Shoulders, and they like video it going in the shower and it hops out, and it's just like this supermodel with like this crisp, flowy hair. It's a good ad. Good, yeah, I'm only imagining that'd be you this time. Have you got one?
I would say like Bass Pro Shop.
Pretty sick.
That'd be a good one.
There's a wide variety there.
Yeah.
Mine's a joint one. I guess they're similar, but Aloe or Lulu. I guess for
Damn.
clothing.
Choose one.
I'm taking both.
No, choose one.
Why? Did you want the other?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. I know you want Lulu.
I was going to say, if you want to piss
I
it
know
off,
you want Lulu, so I'm going to say Lulu.
Okay,
But no, Aloe. No, I'll go Aloe because it's a bit different. Like everyone wears Lulu. Aloe, I feel, is more a South Florida thing.
My number 2 is
Yeah.
Lulu.
Hey.
I spend way too much money there. It's just extremely comfortable. I mean, I like it.
Dude,
It's great.
crazy.
Their underwear,
Yeah, it's so nice.
you feel naked.
Okay, let's see here. Number 2, maybe like.
No, my Chipotle's arrived. Sick.
Probably something along the lines of like. I would want to do something with like Chevy. Like the Chevy dealerships of some sort. I don't know what that would look like, but.
That's cool. I guess I'd just be copying you if I went with a brand like that. Who would I want to be an athlete of?
Oh, I
I'm
got my
thinking
third one now.
cologne and more like,
I'm a cologne guy.
yeah, huge cologne guy. So I wear a lot of Paco Rabanne, but Dior as well is the other one. So
having some like bougie commercial with you, like on the beach.
You
wear
wear Dior Sauvage.
g'day. Just like, imagine that one on like a designer brand.
I definitely
Yeah.
have my third one now.
Probably all those Louis Vuitton bags you buy. I'll say. I'll say Dior. I think that's.
My third's Rain.
Oh
Energy
yeah.
drinks?
Energy drinks, Rain, please.
That's the-
I have given you so much of my money, and you get me through life. Please, please,
That's true. You drink those every day.
please. I'm begging you. I love you. I love you.
When did you start energy drinks? Like, when did you like drink one?
I mean, I like drink them every now and then in high school, like randomly. I've always like been mainly coffee. I'm about to drink a cup of coffee before I drive to go to Turkey. I know.
Yeah.
I think it's like I don't know. Like, it definitely cuts down, like, when we're not practicing. Like, I don't drink as many. But it's just, like, before we practice, it's such, like, a high amount of caffeine that, like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And it's a lot better. Going to practice with a taste of coffee in your mouth isn't great.
I know my last one.
It's a weird, like, yeah. Okay, last one would be Birkenstocks. I have my
That's
first
big
pair,
time.
and I love them. So, Birkenstock.
I lost mine. I left him. I left him back home in Australia, and they were in my mate's car, and his car got stolen and like turned into a skid pig and burned down.
Oh my God.
So he sent me a photo when he found it. I was like, mate, can you get my Birkenstocks back to my sister? She's coming over. He's like, long story. And this is the friend that always has shit like this happen to him. Like, it's the
car
friend.
got burned down.
Yeah, and it was pretty new. Got stolen. Obviously, they've like.
Let me call you back in like 10 minutes.
All right, we're just taking phone calls on the podcast now.
My dad.
Tell him, hey,
He hung up.
father-in-law. And yeah, he sent me a photo. He's like, mate, long story, you're not going to believe it. But
I'm glad your Birkenstocks got stolen.
should I say Ferrari? I was going to say Ferrari or Jordan. But Ferrari, like, I'm a big F1 just to the brand. I think the brand's sick, but that's not really obtainable.
Sure it is.
I mean,
You're Brett Thorson.
this podcast is pretty big. So if any Ferrari
Ferrari.
marketing team is reaching out, we got the Ferrari red on the couch.
Sorry, leather.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say that if I think of something else.
Shoot for the stars. Why not?
Yeah.
Well.
Fine. I'll drive a Ferrari and I'll wear hello everywhere.
I'm a little surprised no one's fist pump feature was the return of the couches.
The couches? Yeah, I love these couches.
I
yeah.
spent like 10 minutes moving the couches
Thank you.
around.
Thank
I'm like,
you.
this
We
is for you
appreciate
guys.
that.
Thank
London
you.
appreciates that.
Yeah, what
We used to sit in those chairs over there.
We used to have the couches, then we had these chairs for a little bit. The chairs are cool looking, but for bigger athletes.
You can break it.
Yeah, we'll have to push that one back closer. But, well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Brett,
Cheers. Again.
thanks.
Nice hoodie. I see. Did you see the hoodie?
What?
Did you see the hoodie?
The
The
Cactus
store down
Shack
here.
one?
He was, when I popped in earlier, you mentioned that.
I
Yeah.
said tape drop down. Oh, I remembered my fist bump.
All right.
We went out, Dan Jackson, one of my roommates, went out for dinner, and we get sat down at our table, just the two of us, it's a little booth, and the waiter, as soon as we sit down, he's like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, you're Brett Thorson, aren't you? I was like, yeah, like, how are you? He's like, dude, you're a lot bigger in person. Like, I'm like, oh, cheers, later. No word to Dan. Like, no word to, like, a starting safety for the University of Georgia. He said,
Nice to see you going out with a regular guy.
Yeah, he said, what else? He said, love the podcast. Like, I listened to it, stuff like that. I think he even said the stuff about Tate's sister was funny. Anyway, we eat. We go the whole
You have
meal.
a death wish.
We go the whole meal. And then we give him the check. So obviously he takes the card and he sees the name, like, come up on the scan. He walks back and he's like, holy crap. He's like, are you Dan Jackson? And then he's like, I didn't even realize. So that was my little fist bump, was having that one over Dan for
That's
the whole of
pretty
dinner. That was funny.
Poor Dan.
But yeah.
Very cool. I like it.
Cheers.
Do we need
Thanks
to
for
film?
coming on.
Do we need to do an intro real quick?
Yeah, we did. Brett did it.
Brett did it. Thanks, Brett.
Did you see they put